Alright, my apologies, I'm very ill. However, there are very few videos online about the unwired tools UTCIS-V that replaces the warm-up regulator. So I figured since I'm putting one in this 280 SLC, I would go ahead and make a video to show the process. Here you get the actual replacement box with the fuel fittings and a kind of short pre-cut vacuum line that's glued in here. So I figure out how to make that reach the manifold. And you also get some new mounting bolts and some somewhat detailed instructions. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's a close-up of the replacement box. You can see the threads for the fittings, as well as these two mounting holes that go in the location of the old one. Here's a close-up of the hardware that you get. So it's all very exciting. I've been trying to get this thing back on the road for a while, just because it's unusual in the States to have a 280 SLC. We only got the V8 cars, but it has the better Euro headlights and the bumpers. It's an automatic car, which is fine, but it has the cloth interior, which we also didn't get here, which is cool. And this lovely thistle green color. It needs a lot of help. There was a bad respray at some point, so there's some rust issues here and there. But it was a cool enough car that I wanted to try and get it running and either keep it as a cool winter car or do something else with it. I don't quite know yet, but I'm glad to be sharing this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start off. That was not well attached, with removing this big air cleaner, because it seems no matter where I work on this car, this is always in the way. Come on. Okay, that's better. I'd like to eventually paint that and make it a little bit better. It's just kind of gross. Alright, and this thing is so insanely dead. I'm gonna go get the charger. Alright, the 90s called and they want their charger back, but you can see it's on the 35 amp charge and it's still really dead. But the more I was thinking about it, I think I should try and start it and show you why I'm replacing this warm-up regulator. I've been chasing this issue for a while, where basically if you hit the gas, this half of this whole contraption will work, and then this just will move like that much, and then flood it out and it dies. It's really frustrating. But that's the main reason. I've been trying to figure it out ever since. I put new injectors in it thinking they were bad, along with the seals and everything. It wasn't that. While I did that, I did new wires and spark plugs, just trying to clean it up because I found it in a field. So I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, just kidding. I'm not even gonna bother trying to charge this battery. It's been like maybe 20 minutes and it's not doing anything. So I'm just gonna go replace it. Let's take the Volvo. Check it out. It's a V70R with no warnings. This car has been so much fun. Found it in Boston, drove it back to Oklahoma, driven it to Colorado since then. I jack this thing up and I see the amount of down travel, always makes me want to do the whole Safari thing. I think this would actually be a good candidate for it, because after the cost of repairing all the rust everywhere and painting it and everything, and the interior, look at this horrible seal, it just won't be worth it. Like, yeah, it's an interesting car, but only here in the States. So, we'll see. All right. So begins the process of extricating that warm-up regulator way up there above the oil filter. And once I do that, I'll be able to rub the fittings off of it and use those for the new thing. Okay, I managed to get this out. I didn't film it because I knew you wouldn't be able to see it, because I wasn't able to see it. So, all that we need to take off of this are these two fittings to place them in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Maybe. I need to figure out a way to hold this steady. Hold, please. All right, I freed them in a not at all sketchy way. And I'm going to take these new copper washers just here, if I can get into them. Haha. Okay. Here's one. We'll go ahead and pop that in. I do wish that I could have used new ones of these, just because they are definitely a little worse for the wear, but they'll do. Actually, while I'm using my brain, I'm gonna tighten this one down before I start on the next one. That way I have a little bit more space to work with if I need it. Hopefully that'll be enough. We'll see. God, I wish there was a better way to hold this thing. It's the issue with working on smaller parts like this is it's hard to really get a grip on them to do what you gotta do, especially when trying to crush copper washers. I've been through enough old Mercedes at this point to know that you really got to get them on there to have them not leak. All right. Well, I guess let's go put it on the car. All right. Well, I got it more or less installed. Still need to tighten it up. But I got it pretty much there. So now I just need to wait for that battery to finish charging up at O'Reilly's. And then I'll be able to do the moment of truth, see if it worked. All right, so I just don't have any patience, but they came and got the battery, got it all charged up. So let's go try and start the 280. All right, coming down. May have bumped the wall a little bit. It's gonna rent this place. The seats are so cushy. All right, let's see what happens. Well, that's fairly immediate. Genuinely have not tried that yet. It smells very rich. Wow. Oh, smoky. Okay. I'm gonna open up the door. I understand that I live in chaos here. Alright. This thing is not idled this smoothly yet, so I'm very happy about that. But I suspect it is rich as fuck right now. Will that fit? No. Alright, well I'm gonna go ahead and get the cars moved around and get this outside, try to mess with the mixture, and then we'll go for a ride. Alright. Well. Come on, stay alive, stay alive. Like I'm hitting stuff, but I don't really care. Alright, it is outside. Doesn't help that there's basically no gas in this, but this is actually kind of fun. To open up the hood, you gotta go through the badge. Alright, let's see what we can do. So you'll see there's still hesitation. See that? It's that hesitation that I've been fighting this whole time. Then there's the backfire. Let's see what we can do. Man, this can't bode well. That was right where the exhaust was. It's pretty gross. Alright, it is idling insanely high, but at least it doesn't die now whenever I put it in drive. Alright, let's see if it's any better. It already feels a little better. Apologies. Okay, it's revving, at least a little bit. My foot's hard down. Okay. Sorry for all the wind noise. The windows are down. Doesn't like the blinker, evidently. Oh, it's sunny. Yeah, well, I mean, it's doing something. Still don't exactly want to drive it like this full time, but it's better. What I ended up having to do was disconnect the cold start injector because it was just richening it so much. Need to figure out what that is. Just tried to die on me there. That's not very cool. Okay. Well, that thing definitely helped, but oh, it just died. I think that sums it up. So, I think here in the next couple days, I'm stuck home from work. I can't go there, so I think I might try and redo a couple fuel lines, some other various things, try and get it to work right. Oh God, my nose. And we'll take it from there. All right. Thanks so much for watching.